abo aha Pent Radio 100.1 FM Yokumase Asokwa Pentecost House. Original ye akan kase and matana se ade ebro. Kase ni mu ensam no de edi emu akotene bi ene se. Omampani John Dramani Mahama say Kumase Accra Expressway na ye creating anase ye babe no eno emma mesi eye dualization no kwan anase kwan bonta pese ye de free Kumase eko enkran no ni nyina ebekoso. Enkran pompone mante muso afo no nyafo lenda oklu ede ato eye manfo anim se wonom airport dwumadi muntuma eno eye operation free traffic bronya yi won pese traffic be che won kran enti wonnim na akopa ke wo ka oba bi dia yebeto na oba betua ehon so ka Adam Kessie won Rashebidwafie Owura Hassan Tampuli wonu ye gushegu Rashebidwani waka Edom Kumano ehwo se abanhwe na in the office of the special prosecutor here manfo bi atu ani asisui yesi se okokoto se otamfo anaso otamfo to yonko so akase sorry free yeso enkase sorry free ne so wose wanhwe yi a efiri ho a na chese ekoyisi Adam pese mu de NDC fo kokko hye ho ana Also for the Hoja Wade and some so akere se enche bia bebosome edumie no entemono ye dimfidie na babe isi omanmu a gas oja framan yankasa ye babe process ye de wo is open yi a obre na emre so be hya ase enne na wo da kyen ye yi sen so betwe ama da kyen mom wakwa akwhye ase eno wo bebre and sembiri muka honi ama no nsem na atrase na nwum ene awie de ebro se original ya kan kase o Pent Radio 100.1 FM eso and na se ne yemfema ohinere spices had afin so ohinere no dairy pardon mo so wono madam wono na so ya sen ma ye de kase ne ebro ma me adwo ahenkra ebo machidom e de free kase dem hono mo se ke okay and na e streaming live on Facebook de ema yen yanyi abofo nkra tweet ya ye de kase ne nchiremo beto so enche
Dofo a minnim ho agro na say die waduane ne da no aye sronko
anne omura ohinere spices abefi aduane de aye sronko ohinere chicken seasoning so wototo wochi ana wo ye akokko nam ho bibia fakakra sum
froye no
ohinere stew seasoning be manageta
jollof no
ohinere jollof seasoning ma hwam ne odew
fried rice no kra die
ohinere fried rice seasoning emma me fridge frede aponchin kakra no me do ohinere go seasoning na ye asam na me se nira ohinere seasoning powder ya woni beef shrimp noodles any de keke ka anu so de aduane ne hwam ne meden ubedie dibio enti obapa ohinere spices abama yen aduane no aye de efise ne die ne nso aye de
ohinere spices dey
e wojo hodomu eto phone for 020-780-5398 and 0244-525908 FDA agi edwedie kratoi atum
Memo akwa baribaka se no so afeye mu wram na ensam ne nchiremu no yemfa entoa woso Omampani John Dramani Mahama we eka ho amprenu so na wodi nani kotwa yusie akwakobo akoma na sede akwakwohwe eye Accra Nsewom Road amasama Nsewom Road na yeyi na abonta ene na ekwan yiso atutu na mfuturo no manfo etietiam no ene me no kase atfat papa ye de gugu so akakakra bi na kyese yewie Omampani we ni bretosom yenu a wakwakwohwe no koye no se omanfo bi no keka se ene expressway ya mi se ye ba be ye efiri nkran ede Kumasi no ebe na so me kwan abonta yi ayeye ye beja de ato ho no mo wan hwe aye nto aso biem ene ebe ye ekwan tia na hia na ene ye be kono mpani se da bi expressway ni we ni nyina ebe kwa bom na kohwe apedwa ene contractor wono nso guso den ne ba bia ne ye de dual road na si no apedwa e won so ya hyase ye tremu akwa no enti ekwa abonta ne de ye ade a ebeba so Omampani Mahama.
This is the old alignment, and some people have expressed concern that with the announcement of the new Accra Kumasi Expressway, this road is going to be abandoned. This road is not going to be abandoned. Work is still ongoing. Even if you go into the eastern region stretch towards Apega, all the way towards Senyinam, there's road work going on, and we're going to add a Ashanti region end of it, so that we open up the road. This road will still be a very important road, but it will also exist alongside the Accra-Kumasi Expressway, so that for those who want to go very fast, for the trucks, big trucks, heavy cars, they will use that stretch. Of course, you'll pay a toll to be able to use it. And so, like they said, we've not abandoned this alignment. This alignment will still be available for road users, but we're going to invest in a new expressway that will take people to Kumasi faster than this old one has done.
Ani awotie ye omampani John Dramani Mahama nene ena wotie no yada so a ejina enkran honomo a na enkran mantem so afo eyununyamfo Linda ekulu wane ensentrofo akasa manada won mani so de hunu na afin so na mo a wonum etu edi asi emfento mafo nyina meni bia wokumase na bronyai wani akire mu wonkran wodo ka bekwa kwesi bia a wose mo nka ye wunnim na mmom yetia ona so na hu ye sanse se wunnim na akwakoye a emra no onfa wo ho enchew wasi wo pese enkran eyasumdwe won pe traffic bia ewo enkran eno nti enne wo pa odwumade bi ho entoma eno operation free traffic na eno no se wunim na akoko park wo car ewo ba bia eni se wo park yebeba ni ababe to wo car no yawa fa ede akọ yawa fa ede kọ a ene wo ba wo car no anase wo hyen no oba betua ehunka na so betua fi na we oni apolisifoɔ ene assemblyfoɔ nyina ena akabuntu obi a ye bo obi a dawuro ye bo obi a enka ye dawuro namba bia eso obi a enhye ne so we no nyafo Linda Okulu.
Operation Free Traffic, that is what we are launching tomorrow. We are meeting all the district chief commanders, the district commanders at the various districts. We are also meeting MMDCs as well. We are also meeting roads and highways, their managers for all the districts, and so GPRT as well, to make sure that we launch this successfully. In fact, we don't want this Christmas because we have a lot of visitors in town and we don't want any human or vehicle traffic. I mean, if you park your vehicle at where it's not supposed to be, trust us, we'll tow it, and then you pay a fee before we are going to release that vehicle to you. And so that is what we are going to launch tomorrow, so that the public will be informed and take notice or adhere to whatever directives we are going to give tomorrow.
We oswafo neda enkrapumpuno mantem ano onunyamfo Linda Okulu nene ena wotiye. Mame fa won to aso na oswafo hwoja hoden ensem eso onunyamfo John Abdullahi Jinapo. Wade ato ensentrofo enim ebra na wakasa ewo West Africa Energy Corporation Summit 2025 ase ewo nkran enra en watch say ewo bosumi dumi no entem no aban tutu niama semfidie wade eba sede beya yankase yejaframa ye gas no yebetimi process be drona ewo oman mu sede beya yankase yebetimi ade ye ho na ochena bi yani enkonkotu emfa enka yensem wase emre se yebesha ase enne se se yebesha ase wochena enti se yepese wochena yemre na ne nso yemra ene enne ne emre wase ye sha ase enne mom wase duru ba bia na ono ankasa ne din enye de sign no kura wo beka na afen so sede ade ne tie no ehwa wode betunti duru ba bia na ne din enye de nanso saa na wase ye kono sede bia wochena Ghana dachi betimi ayefe oronyamfo John Jinapo.
Million MSCAF. What a process that in Ghana. And our vision is that in 12 months we should deploy gas process that can increase our gas consumption. Also, we're working with the city fields. They can bring on about 15 of those MSCAF. I've been talking to our Nigerian counterparts as well. We'll work with them and their private sector counterparts. So we establish an escrow dedicated to pay them, and then we can offtake more. What I've seen about this sector is that when there's efficiency, when there's improvement, capital flows to the sector. It's automatic. And so when people see that your financial health within the energy sector is improving, like we are doing, when I assumed office, the payment through the cash waterfall for the whole year 2024 was 6 billion cedis. This year, the payment through the cash waterfall is more than 15 billion cedis. From 6 billion to 15 billion. Today, most of the IPPs are paid 100% of their bills, which used to be like 35%, 40%. We are paying for the gas, we are paying the West African gas pipeline, and so we are leveraging that to get cheaper and secure financing. And I know that in Nigeria, when they realize that the payment will be done, sure that the money will be paid, that gas will flow in.
sa gas na ne wone gas companies ahodo ibi e Nigeria omo nyine din sa woso na che se yetutu ye niama enche bia ibenya gas free ibenya bia free ebebu ye so eno no wo china bi no ye ho ebehenhan yen sa eno odi tudwa na woto aso e kire se eduru abia na akwakoye se ye pade fofofo nanso ye mpese ye bebre anase komu ebe ye den kakra wo se eduru abia ne di enye de ne nyina ene se obeka nokre wo se ye pese ochina eyemra ene ye nene emre se be hyase wo se dodo na na pese enyinam ahoden anase enyinam nkane ejina so hyiren ye ne de bia na nkane ejina so nanso se ye kase ye pagya boom anase ye etimi aboa ye ho de atwen wo kina na se ri ba beka ho a eno de obi ampew nanso sa ena ewo se ye kono sei ena wo kire mu efai.
So sometimes when I speak, I get unpopular. That is the truth. There are no shortcuts. If you want a reliable supply of power, you have to be honest, you have to be brute, you have to be frank, you have to do what is right today. Then you will enjoy the benefits. It's very easy to do the easy things today, but tomorrow to catch up with you. And a lot of experts are here, they will tell you. So what we are doing for me is notable. We are not there yet, but we are getting there. We can continue on this track and go through that channel. We have the PRC here. They do a lot of work for us. Sometimes I know the chairman gets very unpopular. Nobody wants tariff increments, but everybody wants electricity on. And without some level of tariff increments, the electricity will not be on. Because I need to pay my Nigerian counterparts so that he can flow in more gas. So based on what I see, one, we are working with our Nigerian counterparts. Two, we are developing our own domestic resources. Three, GNPC is working on the LNG facility. Yesterday, the briefing I got is that they've been able to put up 80% of the LC requirements. We'll support them to put the remaining 20. So they will bring on the LNG facility. It gives us flexibility.
Ano also for hweja hoden ensam so nyamfo John Jinapo ne na oti ye no na nane nansa ne yeda sorry ya yese enyinam ahoden ya pagya ne bonim ensuo eno so ya pagya ne bonim entihwa electricity eno akosoro be se oham chichemu enkono na chiripo aduawatwe nsia 9.86% na afenso ensuo de na akosoro oham chichemu edunum na chiripo aduokromienu 15.92%. Na mrashe bidwane di momanfo owo efidwa kwabre no for yununyafo Collins Adomako Mensa on the friends and travel no se hwe enyina moden ene nsuo ntumu na aba no we enye ntumu akota bia yetumu no ntumu ne wa hodo mienu yen yedom kumani edieni edi akire yede yempese gana fo bakire omo na emom no ntumu we yentumu a eya yeta eye emfie miensa de ko emfie num bia we no de hwe capital expenditure na chese emfidie na afenso akandie bia ehia ewo wonum adwuma mu no we na wode ekwa akoso ano enti we enka dia yese yatumu December yi eno nti March anase kwata bia bosomi ensam bia de a ye review no enko bosomi ensam so eno so ye besan atum enti Ghana fo enya na entiasesa we ye afidwa kwabre no fomra hye bidwani nchiremu a wode eman central phone.
So yes, ordinarily, any Ghanaian will not be excited about an increment in tariffs. But I am comforted that it was not the 200 and something percent that the utility agencies were requested for. We have always advocated that when you request for an increase, Ghanaians should see a commensurate level of service with this increment. So I'm hoping that ECG services will improve, VRA services will improve, and all the other utility agents, Ghana Water services should improve. In fact, when we met PURC, Ghana Water is under major stress with Galamsey. They show us videos of how bad the Galamsey menace is contributing to an increase in the expenditures that they have. So by and large, as a minority, we are not too excited about any increment.
No medanyamia se entumu no ankoye bebre ti se de wo mo ka se wo mo pe 220 ni de keka ho na che se enka wo mpe wo hamu emmoho mienu kra ene fa no enye eno ene baaye na owura Collins Oronyafo Adomako Mensa so ekire se wo bompa ye se bosomi miensa echi eye match entumu na beba no enkonko ye bebre esan se we no ebeka Ghana for pa kan enunti de beba no enkonko ye bebre enko kitu e bi esan se ye den ya match no so ye besan atum.
This particular increment is to take care of capital expenditure and some aspect of operational expenditures. So this ECG increment of 9 point something percent is just to deal with the utilities capital requirements for the period 2025 to 2029 or 2030. Yes, what this means is that between this period, they are not coming back to us to request for another increment in tariff to take off capital expenditure. This has nothing to do with the quarterly adjustment. By March, depending on the economic factors, we should expect another increment. So this has nothing to do with the quarterly adjustment that takes place every quarter. This is just the major one that we do every 3 to 5 years, and normally to take care of major capital expenditures. If you read the statement from PRC, they talk about mini grids, off-site areas where it's very difficult to reach. Government is rolling out, and in the budget they did indicate that they are rolling out some mini grids installations in some hard-to-reach areas. This increment is going to take care of that and other capital expenditures. But I'm just hoping that the quarterly adjustment that will come to add up to this major adjustment will not cause too much.
Me bompa se ntumuna beba bosomi miensa chi no enkoye bebre twamenebo a ebeha Ghana for we ayununyafo Collins Adoma Komensa emrahye bedwani de ma wo mafo wo afudwa kwabre nof enono Anra waswafo na hwe kwaye ne nsase ensem so no nyamfo Emmanuel Ama Kofibo a ye Lands and Natural Resources Minister wona sentrofo kasa ye kire se ebra wode eba bekasa no kra na omampani ene aswafo na fenso ehemfo wonom afiri fimfimantemu wonom anyanhyemde kra data na ni nyina eye ahemfo wonom afiri fimfimantemu ba wo ba omampani na so se lithium eye awoya project lithium project no na fenso omanfo a wonom abrabo aba standstill na se yemia pos wo muntimi komonim na muntimi emwachi no ni se eba ne sakra na nahinom eba amampani nan so a na so wonoma echese da bi awose project no kwan bia so no etimi ekoso na oswafo a wo hwe nsase na finso bo ade bo brensem so no nyamfo Emmanuel Ama Kofibo a ede tonsentrofo anim ekire se project ya wonom enokre wonom akwa wo ya empotamu ne de kika wo akwa church manfo din ahwe japade pepia nkoma a ni nyina ebeka na de ama project no anase dwumadi ne emma so no eye wiase afa na nyina no lithium ne bo no aba fom se tom atofom eno enam so amanaka enye Ghana nko a aka eye wiase wo ma etu saa fam gudie nyina eno eneka ho bi ama eneyi awoya project ne entimi emma so a omanfo echese wonom abrabo ababegina fa akwen we yo no nyafo Emmanuel Ama Kofibo.
And as I go back to the lithium agreement, the recent downturn in global lithium prices has put several lithium projects around the world on hold and other strain. And so this project that we are talking about is no exception. The project was stalled as the advocates came to inform us. And obviously, you know that jobs will be lost. Jobs that had been planned to be created will all not come on. Your local economy clearly be affected. And so this new market reality necessitates a review of the physical terms to protect the national interest. I must let you know that before we even got here, the whole House of Chief of the Central Region visited His Excellency the President, the members of Parliament, key stakeholders, came to make a strong case on why this project cannot stall, and that why this program is critical for the Central Region and frankly the people of Ghana. The President invited all of us, and as usual, his question was, how do we go forward? What is the solution? How do we find a path forward that makes sure that the project goes forward and at the same time that Ghana wins?
Na oronya former Kofibo a esisu dua ese se ejina ho eneyi ade firm goodie ye betu anase de yetu omayimu eye lithium royalties no ejina ohomu enchichemu enum pe na ye Ganafo edea na wonom eguso edane no eniama ni se betimi apajamu ede akosoro wase na efri ohom chichemu miensa edikosi ensia na chese wo ho enti amramu de esi Ghana de no eye enum pe eno so seyi na ochire mu 5.
Currently, the applicable royalty rate for mining operation, including lithium, as you know, he said, as you know, set or stated by law, and what is in the books right now. And let me talk about the history of this amendment that has happened. There was an initial royalty rate of 3 to 6%. Was amended and was stated that royalty will be at 5%. And then there was another amendment that says that it will be by that as applicable by law. What was missing was that the instrument that should guide that applicable by law was never in place. And so, technically speaking, what you could refer to was the original one, which says that 5%.
Ani a wotie eye ononyamfo Emmanuel ama Kofi Boa nene ena wotie. Na afe yemmo emfa enwramai yekopiemu ewo emrahye bedwafie wonomo a ene emrahye bedwani hedema omanfo a wonom ewo gushegu eye ononyamfo Alasan Hassan Tampuli wase aban Mr. Speaker monhwe ene OSP ne budget anasa na komba bon se na ba betom na hye bedwafi ese ye nane ani na ye dane ani me yenka ho saban pese wokuti aketahye ne proye a adenti na eya so ebiti se Office of the Special Prosecutor enei mosi nipa be se miensa na atwa petition se yenyina di enti wode akoma Chief Justice wase ayi nankasa na ye ba beto na de ogina kirempon na no ye peni no ono ne yesi yenyini mfimfiri ho se moye ne sa na che secretary hye no monye mwadwese mbeko ada mu pese mu yi no na mode eye munipa ndisi ni ba be hye mo ana wose ene dia ekoso no chese emma Office of the Special Prosecutor no kra kwan emma ne nya na dwuma se de se ene ti Mr. Speaker monhwe na ono kra sika de ba ye anaso woka se wo pe no de ni dwuma no efa pe ene de emma no we yo no nyamfo Hassan Tampuli.
As of today, I've been referred to the President for the removal of the Special Prosecutor. Mr. Speaker, this comes on the heels of the removal of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, next on the agenda is the removal of the EC. Something is happening in this country, Mr. Speaker. If we are minded to fight corruption, we should be hesitant in the way and manner that we are attacking Office of Accountability. Mr. Speaker, these bodies were created to be fearless, independent, and to prosecute their business without any big brother overlooking their shoulders. Mr. Speaker, but it's becoming very difficult for the OSP to function. And I am very sad that even the amount that the OSP requested to be able to prosecute his business for 2026 has been reduced by almost 50%. If we are to take out the special prosecutor, and then what is left with the office? Are we going to appoint an NDC person to come and to occupy the office? What is the plan? We are approving estimates for the office to function. The arrowhead of the office has become a target.
Where Gushegu Mrahye bedwani ejan anasa piano na no nankasa no eno na ababe targeta ya sorry ede etie enti dia bembiem ena aka Gushegu Mrahye bedwani eno no ononyamfo Hassan Tampuli enra na NPP amanyuko no wonom epa wonom constitution foforo anasa amendment en sakra ni sisi oyeye wonom amamra ni mu no wo pawo eho entoma na ewo dwumade yi ase no na omampani dada nana adodanko akufuado na wo se wokobie nanso wo wro ne chawchaw ne mpaboa ede ehye kane chief of staff mekire maame akosia frima opare ema wono ekokenkan na no disem ewo dwumade yi ase na maame frima opare kasa yemu no na wode to omanfo anase party emma anim se sa constitution we ye constitution eba begina na eba beboa eno nti omanfo ni nyina sonsoma mama ne na hono ema efi enchekere no afi aitifo a momo eye amanyuko ni no monhwe se mobanya abefu kwan so no madane constitution na kwakoto abefu ayiso a sebe de owo kurase anase bebia obi abetimi anya bia kenkan na se betimi agitumi ewa fimpino ene adunu nwotwimu a jese yankasa yigina ye nan so waka sanse yafefo anase ye opponent no wamo ennaye we yunonyamfo Frema Opare.
It is about ensuring that every member from the polling station executive in my hometown in Zebila to the national chairman here in Accra understands the framework that binds us in our pursuit of political power to serve our nation, Ghana. Therefore, my charge to us all is this, that the 2025 amended constitution should not be left to gather dust on the shelf. Let us internalize it. Let our officers study it. Let our members understand it. Let every aspiring leader commit to its letter and spirit. Let us remember that a constitution is only as strong as the willingness of its people to abide by it. At this juncture, I would like to charge the Patriotic Institute and the IT Directorate to adopt creative digitalization approaches in disseminating the information in this constitution.
Na eno eye kane chief of staff ononyamfo frema opare nene ena yete ye no na sa constitution yi no eye chairman na woda ano eye Owura Frank Davis wono ena na chese waye legal committee no chairman edema NPP amanyuku no wono ene kasa ye anase wono ena ejina nemu edi constitution shempanifo anan eye chairman edema constitution and legal committee edema New Patriotic Party wade eye constitution ema mpanifo ena wo kire se oware hyemu mapa ese bebia wonum adure we eye ekwanpa na ejina pepapa so wonum aba begina sa amamre wadane daniani we eba bebo wonum na ebebo pa wasi we yebetimi ejina wache ama amanyuku no ejina nenai so.
The Constitution Amendment Committee was constituted by National Council, and we had a singular task to collate the amendment proposals, write it into amendment motions, and have the motions carried at the delegates' conference. Indeed, but for two, it is the core, the really core values of our party which definitely matter. But I can say for myself and the generality of us all gathered here, that the significant landmark in this amended constitution has to do with the progressive limited expansion of the electoral college.
Na eno eye Owura Frank Davis wono ena eda MPP amanyuku no ikua wonom ehwe wonom amamra se ye dane ani insiesie bie womu no wono ena eda no nene ena yetiye eye chairman edema Constitution and Legal Committee ewo New Patriotic Party